Bottom of the first, Sage Stutz going to start it off for the Pumas. Sage Stutz will start it off for the Pumas here in the bottom of the first. Take one low, even have to count it 1-1. One pitch to Stutz. Fouled back over to the Xavier dugout. Comes the 1-2 to Stutz. Now we're going to be popped back just over the fence foul. Sage will stay alive, 2-2 the count. That one ripped up the middle for Sage Stutz, and that's going to be a leadoff single for the Pumas. Coming up next will be Chloe Crayson. Chloe Crayson had a very good year so far at the plate. 25 RBIs. I have the wrong graphic there, sorry about that. Chloe Crayson, though, on the season, 33 RBIs with 11 home runs. Had a really good year, batting over 500 with a .530 batting average. It's been a real good season for her at the plate. Had a couple of hits the other night against Xavier. We'll see if she can do it here again tonight. Try to get it going here for the Pumas with Sage getting that leadoff single. We'll see what she can do. Chloe Crayson set in and ready to go at the plate. Here we go. Going to be in there for strike one, 0-1 count. That one's going to be popped back into second, and she's going to get over it. Going to have an interference call on the runner, so Chloe's going to be able to stay at first. Runner for Sage is going to be out. It's going to be out number one here in the inning. Ball rolled past the pitcher. Bring up Kylie Huff to the plate. Kylie, like we said, had a good game the other night against Xavier. 2 home runs. Excuse me, 1 home run with 2 runs. That was what gave the Pumas the 5-4 lead and eventually the win in that game. Be down and in there for ball number 2, down and outside. Two 2-0 count here on Huff. With Chloe Crayson over there at first. That one ripped over to third into left field. It's going to be a single for Kylie Huff. Good rip right down the left field line. It'll advance Chloe to second. And that's going to bring Sammy Gorgia up to the plate. Sammy's had a really good season as well up at the plate. 3 stolen bases for her this season. We'll see what she can get going here. She had a hit against Xavier on Friday. See if she can get another one here. Gonna start it off with a strike. In there for strike 2. She leaned back like it was an inside pitch. Caught the corner though. One and 2 count for Gorgia here. Check swing, and she's going to be called out on the swing. Strike number 3, and that's going to be out number 2 for the Pumas. Kaylee Cates going to be coming up now for the Pumas with 2 outs. Pumas need to get something going here. 2 runners on. You don't want to leave them. Be in there for strike number 1. Takes that one down and out for ball number 1. One and 1 with 2 outs. Down and out again for ball number 2. That ball just missing the edge. Cates digs back in for the 2-1 pitch. Chloe ready to go over there at second. Down and out again, make it 3-1. Xavier in danger of loading the bases here with 2 on and 3 balls at the plate. That one ripped up the middle and into center field. Chloe Crayson's gonna round, but hold it third. And that's gonna load them up for the Pumas with 2 outs. Gonna bring up number 13, Sienna Reed. Loaded bases for the Pumas. Chance to make something happen. We'll see if Reed can do that. Sienna Reed batting .377 this year. 20 hits and 17 runs. Not been a bad year for at all for her at the plate. Swing and a miss on a high, strike 1. I'm gonna be high again. She lays off on that one, ball number 1. Even the count at 1s. Swing and a miss on that curveball. Put Xavier ahead in the count, 1 and 2. 2 outs here. Reed needs to make something happen. Try to get 1 or 2 of these Puma runs in. Try to hit at that 6-run lead deficit. That one's gonna be high, even the count at 2s. A little bit of shade coming out now here in Gilbert, Arizona, as a cloud was able to find the sun. It's been a hot one here all day. Swing and a miss. Strike three. Pumas will leave them loaded. And we're going to go to the end of the first. 6-0 our score. Xavier leads it. We'll come back in just a second for the for the top of the second. We'll be right back here on Perry Live 365. We're ready to go. Here to start the top of the second. Xavier leads it 6-0. Pumas loaded them up there in the bottom of the first. Couldn't do anything with it. So they left all three stranded, and we come to the top of the second. Number 3 will lead it off for Xavier. Katie Donahue. Pops it back and foul over on the third base side. See if Sage Stutz can get it here. Going in the top of the second a little bit better than she had it going in the first. Good off-speed pitch right there in the zone for strike number 2. She'll take a quick 0-2 lead in the count. Good off-speed curveball from Stutz. It's going to be fouled over to the third base side. It's like it might have gone off the hitter's ankle. She'll walk around for a second. Stutz still has her at 0-2. No balls in the count. Sage gets her sign, and here comes the 0-2. Off speed again, gets her, strike 3 looking. 1-2-3 for Stutz with a couple of fouls. And that's going to be out number 1 for the Pumas. Going to bring up number 8, the freshman, Bridget Donahue. Playing catcher this afternoon for the Gators. Ripped over by first. It's going to go all the way to the right field fence. Gets past the right fielder. She could round this and make it a triple. The throw is going to come from right field. And it's not going to be there in time. That's a stand-up triple for Bridget Donahue. It's going to bring up the third baseman, number 14, Jasmine Adandre, the sophomore. With a runner on third, Xavier has another chance to put one in here. Strike 1 on the fastball from Stutz. Another fastball is going to be popped up over to Huff at third base, and that's going to be out number 2. So Pumas now get Gators with 2 outs, and there's a chance here to hold them without another run being scored. Off-speed pitch, down and in the zone's gonna get her for strike number 1. She thought about it, ball dropped out, she held back, but it found the zone. Gonna give Sage an 0-1 count. Off-speed pitch comes up a little bit, looked like it was in the zone. Stutz doesn't get the call, gonna even the count at 1s. 1-1 from Stutz. Thinks about it on the check, does not go, but it's gonna get her for a strike. Down in the zone, good pitch from Stutz. Here's a 1-2. Check swing doesn't go, gonna catch her inside. Even the count at 2s. Excuse me, there's going to be a late call. Strike number 3 from Stutz, and that's going to end the top of the second. Pumas still down 6-0. We're able to get a quick 1-2-3 inning there on that one. We're going to bring it back here in just a second for the bottom of the second, see if Pumas can get anything going. Sunny day out here in Gilbert, Arizona. Have some heavy winds going on. Got about a high for today's game at around 96. It's a warm one. Hasn't been this high yet all spring / summer. Heavy winds going towards the northeast, which is exactly where that outfield fence is. Forecasted earlier today at 8 mile an hour. We're closer to about 14 mile an hour winds now. They're pushing heavily towards that outfield fence, so it could definitely give some help to those hitters. Like I said, it's a hot one here today in Gilbert. Looking at about 96 right now. The sun found a cloud a minute ago. That cloud went away. It's sunny again, and it is hot for these players out there on the field. We're going to get it going just a second here in the bottom of the second here on Perry Live 365. Pumas are going to start it off with number 12, Brentley Spencer. She'll get it going with a swing and a miss. Strike 1. Oh, and 1 to Spencer. Going to be called just low and outside for ball 1. Spencer this season batting .364, 8 hits and 5 runs. Two balls, 1 strike to Spencer. Off speed or riser, gonna rise a little too much, stay high. 3 balls and 1 strike. Spencer ahead in the count, has a little room to work here at the plate. Gonna be low in the dirt, and that's gonna be ball 4 and give the Pumas a base runner here to start the bottom of the second. Elise Enriquez, the right fielder, going to be coming up to the plate now for the Pumas. Started off with no outs and a runner on. High pitch, fouled off into the backstop. It's a high fastball we've seen a couple times from Xavier this afternoon already. It's had a few of the Pumas chasing. She was able to foul that one off. Their fastball down in the zone, able to foul it back off, puts her behind in the count quick though, 0-2. Off speed pitch down in the zone, has her swinging. Strike number 3, and that's going to be the Pumas' first out. It's going to bring up number 2 for the Pumas, Ashley Cush. Ashley Cush this season batting .370, 10 hits, 2 runs. That one's going to find it in the zone for strike number 1. Comes the 0-1. High ball 2, she lays off. Excuse me, ball 1. Count 1-1. Low and in, ball number 2. Two and 1 to Cush is going to find the bottom of the zone. Even up the counts at 2. Base runner from Perry still holding over there at first. Gonna be called for ball 3. Makes the count full, and with 1 out, Cush is going to step up to a full count at the plate. See what Xavier goes with here. Full count. Swing and a miss on the high fastball. Has her swinging. That's out number 2 for the Pumas. It's going to bring up number 10. The pitcher, Sage Stutz. Pumas will be back up to the top of the lineup. Stutz will dig into 2 outs. Got 12 RBIs on the season, .377. With 23 hits this year. There's a deep hit into right center. Lost in the sun, but she's able to come down with it. Out number 3. Sage Stutz pops out to end the bottom of the second. We're going to be back in just a minute to start the third here on Perry Live 365. Xavier still leads it 6-0. And we're ready to go. Started out here, top of the third. Riley Flynn's going to lead it off, the freshman. Starts off with a 1-1 count. If you're just joining us, Xavier had a hard first inning. Took the lead 6-0 over the Pumas. See if they can keep it going here. Popped up foul, gonna be back behind the dugout. One and two, the count from Stutz. Strike three looking, and that's going to be out number one for the Pumas. One down on that fastball, low and in the zone. Stutz finds it. With one out. Low and in the dirt for ball one from Stutz. Wind picking up here again in Gilbert. And that's going to help that ball all the way out to the fence. Over and gone. Solo shot for Xavier. They're going to go up 7-0 on these Pumas. Right as the wind picked up, she was able to put one in the sky. And with that wind blowing straight out over the center field fence, it took it all the way out of here and gave Xavier a 7-run lead. Pumas are going to have a little meeting at the mound. It's going to be number 15 now for the Gators, Elliott Smith. Fouled back into the fence for strike one. On one from Stutz. Over Chloe, over to first. And she's going to have the out. Quick throw, quick play from Crayson. Gonna bring up the left fielder. Number 4, Johnson for the Gators. Gonna be in there for strike one. Oh, and 1 the count from Stutz. 2 outs here. That one's going to be over to Sammy Gorge on the ground. Tossed over to Spencer at first. Out number 3. 3 quick outs there for the Pumas, but not before a 1-run shot from Xavier. They go up 7-0. We'll be right back. See if the Pumas can get something going in the bottom of the 3rd. Get a run or 2 in. Try to cut at that deficit. Pumas down 7-0. We'll be right back. We're ready to go. Start the bottom of the third. It's going to start off with number 11, Chloe Crayson. Going to be low for ball one. I'm going to be high for ball two. Chloe goes at that low pitch, able to ground it off over down the left field side. Two and one for Crayson if someone's going to get it started for the Pumas. Crayson could definitely be that hitter. We'll see what she does on 2 and 1. That one hit just missed the bag down the third base side, gonna even the count up at 2s. Way high on the changeup. Off speed pitch, didn't go where she wanted it to go. Gonna make it full at 3 and 2. Three and 2 to Crayson. Be hit. Drops into center field, and that's gonna be a single. I lost it over here in the sun. Drops into center field for a single for Crayson. Coming up next for the Pumas is going to be number 17, Kylie Huff. Kylie Huff had a good season at the plate for the Pumas, batting .339 this year with 8 home runs, 25 RBIs. One of those home runs last Friday at Xavier, 2-run shot to give the Pumas the lead and eventually the win. Chloe Crayson gets back on the throw to first. She's going to be safe. One and 0. Gonna be in there for a strike. High strike to Huff. It's gonna hit the top of the zone, even the count up at 1s. Chloe Crayson over there on first, waiting for her chance to run. See if Kylie Huff can get it into play here. Gonna be high in the zone for ball number 2. Two and 1 the count for Kylie Huff. Low and in the dirt for ball 3. Here comes the 3 and 1 pitch to Huff. It's gonna be ripped back foul, and it'll load up the count to Huff. 3 and 2. No outs yet here in the bottom of the third. Chance for the Pumas to get something going with a runner on. Comes a full count to Huff. Over to third. Gonna be out called at second. Huff's gonna make it to first. Chloe Crayson on the slide into second. Close play. They're going to get the out call. Coach Rob Hehe thought she was there on the play. Doesn't get the call, but he's going to be able to keep a runner on. And bring up Sammy Gorgia to the plate. Sammy batting .351 this year. 7 RBIs. Had a good season so far. 20 hits. That one's going to be popped up foul over the first base side. 0-1 count to Georgia. It's going to be low in the dirt. 1-1 the count. 1-1 with one out to Georgia. Kylie Huff over there on first. Swing and a miss, strike two, fastball, low in the zone. Georgia takes a nice cut at it, just can't quite get the contact. And it's gonna put her down in the count, 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike three on the high fastball. Gets her swinging, all three strikes come as fastballs. It's gonna bring up the left fielder, number 14, Kaylee Cates. For the Pumas, 0-1 today with a strikeout. See if she can change that up here with 2 outs and get Kylie Huff moving over there at first base. Be high for ball one. Throwback over to first. Nothing happening. Kylie Huff's going to be safe. It's going to be fouled back, even up the count at ones. Counts 1-1. Kaylee Cates digs back in with 2 outs. It's going to be fouled back. Straight over the backstop and into the Perry baseball field. Over on the Perry baseball field this afternoon, Perry Pumas taking on the Brophy Broncos. Kaylee Cates over to shortstop. Over to first, gonna be made. She'll pick it up out of the dirt and get the out. That's gonna end the third. Pumas leave one stranded. And at the end of 3, our score, Xavier Gators 7, Perry Pumas 0. We'll be right back for the top of the 4th. Sage Stutz looking like she's gonna be back out on the mound for the Pumas. We'll be right back. Megan Scalgin ready to lead it off. For Xavier in the top of the 4th, they lead it 7-0. Pumas just haven't able to get anything going at the plate this afternoon, excuse me. Sage starts it with the ball outside. One and 0 the count. Gonna be high, fouled off, even up the count at ones. Here comes the 1-1. High and outside, ball number 2. Number 7 up there, Megan Schouten, the freshman. Check swing. You're gonna say she did not go. Make the count 3-1. No outs here to start the top of the fourth. Pumas trying to keep Xavier from getting on this inning. It's a strike call. Off-speed pitch from Stutz. Goes from the outside to the bottom inside corner. What a pitch to catch the strike zone from Stutz on that one. Full count now from Stutz. That one's going to be deep. Out over the center field fence and gone. Another solo shot for Xavier. That's going to make the score 8-0, and Pumas are just getting into a deeper hole here. That wind really helping out Xavier this afternoon. Pumas haven't been able to lift anything out there. Xavier has now 3 times, and it's given them an 8-0 lead with no outs here in the top of the fourth. Gonna bring up Katie Donahue, number 3, the outfielder. Good pitch from Stutz. Just misses the line. Gonna be called ball 1. Another good pitch in there from Stutz. Gonna be called ball 2. Both of those, it's a little bit too much inside. Both looked like good pitches from Stutz though. 2-0 the count. Gets the strike call on that one, making a 2-1 count. Still no outs here in the top of the fourth. Xavier's scored 1 so far with that home run. Popped up behind the backstop, make the count even at 2s. Stutz trying to get the first out of the inning. Two balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Here's the pitch from Stutz. So no down now for Perry. Xavier's got one on. It's going to bring up the shortstop, number 8, Bridget Donahue. That one grounded over to the third base side, right up to the Perry dugout. On 1 the count here for Stutz. Off speed, gets in there. Another strike from Stutz. No balls, 1 strike here for Stutz with 1 on. Good off speed pitch. Doesn't find the zone. Make the count even at 1. One and 2, fouls it off. One and 2 count here from Stutz. Perry still looking to get their first out here in the top of the fourth. Be outside, just fouled. Runner was going, but the foul, she's going to have to head back to first. 1-2. No outs with Xavier having a runner on first. Shot into left field. They're going to have to hold it first and second, but nevertheless, with no outs, Xavier's have runners on first and second. That'll bring up number 14, Jasmine Adrande, the third baseman. Down and inside for ball one from Stutz. Want to know count. Swinging a foul ball back behind the plate evens the count up at ones. Still no outs here in the top of the fourth. Xavier looking to score again with 2 runners on. Stutz finds the zone, takes a strike looking, puts Stutz ahead in the count, 1-2. No out, see if she can get the first out of the inning. Grounder right back to Stutz, goes over to third. Plays made at third, Pumas are able to get the lead runner. Sends it over to Huff, not quite there in time. So with 1 out, runner still on first and second for the Gators. It's gonna bring up number 9, Macy Lee, sophomore for the Gators, plays infield. Down and in from Stutz for ball one. Be fouled back into the backstop, even the count at ones. Here comes the 1-1 from Stutz. Off speed rise ball goes up and out of the zone to make it 2-1. There's a rip into left field. It's going to be picked up. Pumas sent it home. Nope, Sage Stutz. Kyle Huff going to cut it off at the mound. Xavier scores 1. Makes the lead for Xavier 9-0. Looks like Xavier's going to bring out a pinch runner. With the lead of 9-0, Pumas are going to have to get something going in the bottom of the fourth if they want to have any chance of staying alive in this game. Rob Hehe comes out and is going to pull Sage Stutz. It's going to bring in number 12, Brentley Spencer. We're going to give her a few minutes to get going as she did not get any time to start the bullpen. Let her get her warm-ups done, and we'll be right back to continue top of the fourth. 1 out. Xavier leads at 9-0 here on Perry Live, 3-6-5. Number 2, Riley Flynn, going to get it going for Xavier, top of the fourth. First pitch from Spencer is going to be a strike. 0-1. She comes into the top of the fourth with 1 out. 2 on for Xavier. And Xavier currently leads at 9-0. So like I said, Pumas, when I have any chance at getting back into this, it's got to start in the bottom of the fourth. They can't wait any longer. Chloe Crayson comes over to grab that one on the left side. And a quick 0-2 count for Spencer. To the count. High pitch, clear out to the fence, and the catch is going to be made. They're going to tag and go, but a great catch made out in center field. Number 13 for the Pumas, Sienna Reed.
Now batting for the Gators, the right fielder, number 11, Cameron Martin.
Cameron Martin coming up now, number 11 to bat for the Gators with 2 outs. Runners at the corners. There's a rip past Chloe Crayson into center field. Going to give the Gators a 10-0 lead. Almost a good snatch by Chloe Crayson. Just gets past her, but a good play made in center field not to let it get all the way to the fence.
Now batting the first baseman, number 15, Elliott Smith.
Going to bring up Elliott Smith, number 15. 2 outs here, runners back at first and second. Xavier leads at 10-0. Good pitch for strike 1. Pitch from Spencer. Good sinker, just came across a little bit too high. Good pitch though from Spencer, even the count at 1s. Comes the 1-1 from Spencer. Good pitch again, just gonna miss the zone. Make it a 2-1 count. 2 good pitches in a row there from Spencer. 2 balls and a strike with 2 outs. We're in the top of the fourth. Swing and a miss. Evens up the count at 2, and Spencer going to try to get out of this one with only 1 more damage run. Xavier leads it right now 10-0. Strike 3 looking called. Brentley Spencer gets the Pumas out of it with only one more run scored. We're going to take it to the bottom of the 4th. Pumas have to get it going if they want a chance of any kind of comeback in this game. They currently are down 10-0 to the Xavier Gators. We'll be right back for the Puma half of the 4th here on Perry Live 365. Number 13, gonna lead it off here to start the bottom of the 4th. Sienna Reed gonna start ball 1 outside. Gonna be fouled back into the backstop. Make it 0-1. I guess that first pitch was just a practice pitch. So 2 strikes. Reed's got to protect here. Take high in the zone for ball 1. Here comes the 1-2. Low in the zone, gets her swinging. Strike 3, and that's going to be the first out for the Pumas in the bottom of the 4th. If you're just joining us, Xavier has had an amazing day at the plate, as I'm sure you can see. They currently lead it 10-0 in the bottom of the 4th with an amazing 2-home run first inning and a couple of big hits. Put them up 6-0 to start it off in the 1st. And with 2 more home runs in the 3rd and the 4th, they now lead it 10-0. It's going to be strike number 1. Down and in, ball 1, evens up the count at 1s. Pumas have to get something going here in the bottom of the 4th. If they want to have any chance of coming back in this game, they're going to need to put a few runs on the board. That one's going to be ripped over foul right over here by us on the side, right at our broadcasting van. Lucky it didn't take out any windows. It did not. Stays just to the left of us. It's going to be high. Ball number 2, even up the count at 2s. Grounded over to 3rd. Throw is going to be made, and that's going to be out number 2.
Now batting the right fielder, number 0, Elise Enriquez. Wow.
2 quick outs, and it's going to be Elise Enriquez at the plate. The 2 out at bat. Foul tip's going to get her for strike 1 on the high pitch. Pumas have been after those high pitches all day. Swing and a miss for strike 2, right down the middle on the fastball. On 2. Gonna be popped up. Foul over to the third base side and up against the fence. It's gonna stay 0-2. To the count to Enriquez. Swing and miss, strike 3. Might have gotten a little bit of a foul tip, but on the fastball. That's going to be the end of 4 here at Perry High School. Our score, Xavier 10, Perry 0. This is a much different game than what we saw in Xavier last Friday night. Much different game going in Xavier's favor so far. We're going to go to the top of the 5th here in just a moment on Perry Live 365. I'll see you in a second. Gonna bring on, Sydney Johnson to lead it off. Top of the 5th, Xavier leads at 10-0. Gets her on a first pitch ball. Brentley Spencer's still out there for the Pumas now. Thinks about going, doesn't, and it gets her with a strike. 1-1 count. Our scoreboard out in center field freaking out a little bit. There we go. We got it at 1-1. Here it comes from Spencer. Ripped up the center into center field. We've seen a couple of those from Xavier today. And with no outs, Xavier's going to have one on. Here it comes from Spencer. Going to get the low strike. Batter doesn't like the call. We've seen that call being made from this ump all day, though. He likes that low and outside pitch. See if Spencer can adapt to that. There's high and outside, a little bit too high. Makes the count even at 1s. Swing and a miss, fouls it off, strike 2. Gets ahead in the count, 1-2 for Spencer. Sun's found another cloud here in Gilbert, Arizona, able to get us a little bit of shade out here, cool that temp off for a few minutes. But as we've seen all day, those clouds normally like to blow away and make it sunny again. We'll see how long we're able to get out of it this time. Fouled off, 1-2, still our count. Even though the sun's gone, the wind is not. Still blowing into the northeast about 12 miles an hour. So if they can put one up in the air, it's definitely going to have some carry. 1-2. Gets the tag over to first. Gets the dig, but drops it. She's going to be called safe at first. Runs right into Sammy Gorgia over there at second. Sammy tries to get it away. Might have been bumped into on the toss. Either way, ball doesn't make it to first quite how they wanted it to. So they're not going to get the out. And it looks like Xavier is going to have a pinch runner. Their coach, Browd Downs, is going to have a talk with the umpire and bring on their pinch runner. Number 10 going to be brought on to run. Amaris Mori brought on to run for the Gators. One out here in the top of the fifth. Gators lead it 10-0 over the Pumas. With one out, here comes Spencer. Good pitch from Spencer, just not gonna quite grab the outside corner, make it a 1-0 count. Pitch from Spencer, down and fair into left field. They're going to get the ball in very well. Number 14 over to make the play in left field for the Pumas. And able to keep it to a single rather than a run scored for Xavier and a runner on second. Good play out and left. Nevertheless, Xavier now with 2 runners on, 1 out. Spencer's got to go after this hitter. Try to get a second out without Xavier advancing. I'm going to be fouled off on the rise ball. Number 8, Donahue will dig in again. 0-1 count, 1 out. That one gonna be hit deep into center, over the fence, and gone. 3-run shot for Xavier. That's gonna make our score 13-0. And if you're the Perry Pumas, at this point, you're gonna have to start to run out of hope in this one and look ahead to your next game and try to keep your season going. From what we're seeing right now, Xavier and the Perry Pumas are going to split this season. Perry getting the win at Xavier. Xavier getting the win here at Perry, which is exactly what they did with Hamilton last week. Speaking of the Perry Pumas looking ahead at their next games, next week they will be at Basha on Thursday, and then Basha will come into Perry on Friday. We will not be broadcasting that game. Once again, the Basha at Perry softball game next week will not be broadcast on Friday. We will be bringing you the Basha at Perry game from Salt River Fields. Perry Puma baseball, our first baseball game of the season, will be brought to you next Friday evening. I believe first pitch is at 6 o'clock. We will check on that and send out the official first pitch time on our Perry Twitter, Perry Live 365 Twitter. But once again, we will be broadcasting from Salt River Fields next week. Perry Pumas and the Basha Bears going head-to-head in baseball. Perry Pumas only have 4 games left this season in their regular season. It's going to be called strike 3 for out number 2. 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. But like I said, Pumas have 4 games left. They're at Basha on Thursday. Basha comes into Perry on Friday. Next week, 2 weeks from now, excuse me, on the 16th, Perry Pumas will be at Boulder Creek on Tuesday. And on Thursday, the 18th, Perry will be going up against Pinnacle right here from Perry High School. That game will be brought to you right here on Perry Live 365 It'll be our last regular season broadcast from the Perry High School softball field. Like I said, once again, Perry against Pinnacle 1 week from this coming Thursday. Will be brought to you right here on Perry Live 365. First pitch of that game is going to be at 4 o'clock. There's a rip into right. She's tracking it. It's going to go up against the fence. She starts to round, but she's going to hold up with a single. So those are the final 4 games for your Perry Pumas. Home and away against Basha, at Boulder Creek, and then home against Pinnacle. And then we'll be looking into the playoffs. Pumas can hold a top 4 spot. They will have 2 home playoff games that we will be both of those here on Perry Live 365. So we'll be on the lookout for that as long as they can stay that top 4 seeded team. Those 2 home games always prove to be very helpful in the playoffs. And like I said, if they do end up getting both of those home games, those will both be brought to you live right here on Perry Live 365. Always remember to just check our Twitter for updates on all our streams and all of Perry sports action on Twitter at Perry Live 365. All of our upcoming streams and stream links are all kept right there, so just make sure to check that. I'm going to be called inside, but a strike. Make it 0-1 with 2 outs here at the top of the 5th. Oh, and 2 outs from Spencer. Into right, it's going to be just foul. Just misses the line over there in right, excuse me. That might have been another run for Xavier. Ball was making its way all the way down the line. So still an 0-2 count. Spencer going to try to get the Perry Pumas out of the top of the 5th. 3 more were scored here on that 3-run shot in the beginning of the inning. Inside, strike 3 looking. That's going to get the Perry Pumas out of the top of the 5th. If they want to keep this game alive, they got to score 4. We'll see what they can get going here in the bottom of the 5th here on Perry Live 365. Gomez ready to go here for the Pumas. Trying to get something going here in the bottom of the 5th. Like I said, Pumas need to score 4 to keep this game alive. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Oh, and 1 the count. Called down and outside for a ball, 1-1. Just missed the zone. Looked like a good pitch from Flynn. Didn't quite hit the mark. 1-1. Low and in the dirt for ball number 2. Steps back in, and here comes a 2-1 from Flynn. Up and in the sky, 3-1. Three and one from Flynn. Low and outside, gonna be a walk. And that'll put one on for the Pumas. No outs here to start the bottom of the 5th. Like I said, sun has been in and out all day. Clouds have moved and it's back out, and it is hot again here in Gilbert. The wind has stayed consistent. And the Pumas in the bottom of the 5th. One on, no outs. That one's gonna find the zone for strike 1. Number 16 up for the Pumas, Cheyenne Becker. Oh, and 2 the count on Becker, no outs. Gonna be swing and miss for strike number 3 and 1 out. It's gonna bring up number 11, Chloe Crayson. Crayson will dig in with 1 out. There's a swing and a hit, line drive all the way down left field. It's gonna go all the way to the fence. Runners are going to round. Chloe's going to come in with a stand-up double. And the Pumas will advance their runners to 2nd and 3rd. Good play out in left field by Sydney Johnson, able to get over there and get the ball in as quickly as possible. She's able to stop the Pumas from scoring that first run. But with only 1 out, Pumas have 2 on. Chance maybe for them to get something going here. There's a hit deep, right center field, out over the fence. That one is gone. 3-run home run for the Perry Pumas. That's going to be number 17, Kylie Huff. And for the first time this afternoon, the Perry Pumas are going to be on the board and make this a 10-run game. Pumas are up. Excuse me, Pumas hit the 3-run shot. Kylie Huff. Pumas are able to put 3 on the board and take away the shutout option for Xavier.
Number 6.
That's going to bring up number 6, the second baseman, Sammy Gorgia. Bases are empty now with 1 out. Pumas still down, but are able to cut that deficit a little bit, make it 13-3. Little foul ball over to the third base side. Oh and 1 with 1 out. Sammy Gorgia takes it inside for a ball. One and one. Rolled over to the third base side. The throw, the catch, the out. 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. And that should bring up, yes, the number 14 left fielder, Kaylee Cates now to the plate for the Pumas. High for ball one. Down and out for ball two. Cates gets ahead in the account, quick 2-0. Comes a 2-0. Down in the dirt, quick 3-0 count here for Cates. High, and that's going to be ball four. 4 quick balls to Cates. And with 2 outs, the Pumas are going to have another one on. It's going to bring up Sienna Reed now for the Pumas. Going to be fouled back into the backstop. Strike number 1. Low and in the dirt for ball number 1. One and one, 2 outs. We're in the bottom of the 5th. Pumas trail Xavier 13-3. Pitch from Flynn. Outside, gonna get a strike call for Flynn. Cates didn't love the call. Definitely looked outside, but definitely must have caught the edge. Popped over into right. She drops it. Pumas are going to be running. She's going to round third. She's going to come home. And she's going to be safe. Tag's going to be made at third. Kaylee Cates is going to be out. Not before a run is scored. For the Pumas, our score now at the end of 5 with that tag. At the end of 5 innings, our score, Perry 4, Xavier 13. We're going to go to the top of the 6th now. We'll be right back here on Perry Live 365. Cameron Martin ready to lead it off for Xavier. Just missed by Sammy Gorgia. Big effort out there at second base. makes a dive in shallow center field, can't quite get to it, and that's going to be a runner on for Xavier on pitch number 1.
Now batting the first baseman, number 15, Elliott Smith.
There's a bunt. There's a play called by the ump. Must have been an interference at the plate on the bunt. Good thing for the Pumas, too, because a missed throw over to first would have advanced the Xavier runners even farther. Either way, though, there's going to be one out. And it's going to bring up Sidney Johnson to the plate. One out, one on for Xavier. Swing, hard hit, into center. It's going to go clear to the fence. And Xavier's going to have to stay at second and third with one out. Thought about rounding. Her coach held her up at third, but it's going to be an easy stand-up double for Xavier.
Now batting the second baseman, number 7, Megan Skelton.
Here comes the pitch. That one popped up. Chloe Crayson able to drop down and get the ball. Tough pop-up right there behind the second base bag. Between her and Sammy Gorgia, and Chloe Crayson was able to pick it up for out number 2.
Now batting the center fielder, number 3, Donahue.
It's going to be Donahue up next with 2 outs in the top of the 6th. Here comes the pitch. Swinging a foul over to third. On 1 count. Gonna even the count now at 1-1. Here comes the pitch. Popped up over on the right side. Right field is going to be under, and that's going to be out number 3. No damage done to Perry. Pumas need to try to get something going again here in the bottom of the 6th. They're down 13-4. Have a chance if they can get it going again. We'll see what they do coming up next.
Number 12, Brinley Spencer.
Brinley Spencer ready to lead it off for the Pumas in the bottom of the 6th. First one's going to be just catch the outside corner for strike 1. It's number 2. That's a corner again, down and inside. Strike number 2. Gonna be hit out to the right side, fouled back into the backstop. Bro, why did my... That one's hit foul over to the right side. Right fielder can't quite get there, so she's going to get another chance at it. 0-2 count. No outs for Spencer here as we begin the bottom of the 6th inning. There's a deep hit, out and over the fence. It's going to be gone. Brentley Spencer, 1-run home run, and that's going to bring a little more life into this Perry softball club. The score now 13-5 brings this game within 8. Huge hit by Brentley Spencer. Still have that wind carrying out towards the center field fence, and that might have been just enough to carry it over. It missed the top of the fence by about a foot. But it was enough, and that puts another run on the board for the Perry Pumas. 13-5 now our score. Pumas down 8. It's going to bring in number 0, Elise Enriquez, the right fielder. Goes for the bunt. It's going to go up and over the backstop. One and one. That one's gonna be high for ball number 2. Two and one the count. That one hit over to third, bobbled. Enriquez is gonna make it to first. She's gonna be safe on. No outs for the Pumas. And another runner. With each hit comes a little more life for this Perry softball team. It's gonna bring on Alicia Gomez for the Pumas. 1 on, no outs. Pumas down 8. But like I said, with every run and every runner on here in the 6th, the Pumas have a little more life in this game. Low strike 1 on the fastball. Oh, and 1 the count. Off speed pitch on the changeup, gets her for strike number 2. That one came in extremely slow and catches her on the drop. 0-2 with no outs. Fastball moving up, gets her strike 3 swinging. That's going to be the first out here in the inning. It's going to bring up the new first baseman, number 16, Cheyenne Becker. With number 12 in there to pitch now. Cheyenne Becker finds her spot in the lineup and her spot at first base. See what she can do last inning with a strikeout. Starts it off with an 0-1 on the foul ball. See if she can get the Pumas moving here with 1 out in the bottom of the 6th. High on the fastball, ball number 1, evens up the count at ones. That one's popped way up. Right field, sun in the sky. She finds it though. And is able to get that catch route number 2. Extremely high pop fly. It's going to bring up number 11, Chloe Crayson, with the 2 outs. If the Pumas need someone to get that runner moving, Chloe Crayson is going to be the person to do it. We'll see if she can get that going here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. There's a hit over to the right field side, foul into the dugout. Chloe starts it off with an 0-1 count. Low and in the dirt for ball 1, makes the count even at 1-1. There's a pitch to Chloe Crayson, 1-1. Finds high in the zone, ball 2. And Chloe now finds herself ahead in the count, 2-1. That one's a hit over to shortstop. She's going to step on the bag, and that's going to be out number 3. Not before the Pumas put another run on the board with that home run. 13-5 our score. We're going to head to the 7th. Pumas are going to have the last chance in the bottom of the 7th. See if they can get anything else going. They are currently down 8. We'll be right back for the top of the 7th here on Perry Live 365. And we're ready to go back here for the top of the 7th. Pumas down 13-5 after being down 13-0. Able to get the bats going a little bit here late in the game. And the bottom of the 7th is going to be their last chance. But their first job is to stop Xavier here in the top of the 7th. Number 12 is going to be out there to continue to do that for the Pumas. Starts it off with a high fastball, just misses the top of the zone, 1-0. Curveball gets her swinging, strike 1. Number 8 up there for Xavier, Bridget Donahue. Ripped down the left field side. Gonna go foul. 1-2 the count, no outs. Number 12, Spencer, gonna try to put the first one away here in the top of the 7th. She's got herself ahead in the count, 1-2. See what she can do here. High, misses for ball 2. It'll even the count. Here comes a 2-2 from Spencer. Pops it up in the infield. Over to first. Cheyenne Becker gets in the way of Sammy Gorgeous. She loses it. It's going to bounce off. And number 8's going to stay alive at the plate for Xavier. 2-2 count. 2 balls, 2 strikes from Spencer. That one ripped down the left field line, just gets past Kylie Huff. It's going to go all the way to the fence. She's going to round and have an easy stand-up double, and 2 is where she's going to stay. So a leadoff double here in the top of the 2nd for Xavier. Had her down with 2 strikes early in the count. And with the missed foul ball opportunity, she was able to keep herself alive and come back and get the double. No outs, runner on 2nd. Popped up, out of play, into the back stands. Oh, 1, gonna go off the catcher's glove. And the runner advanced to 3rd. High and outside pitch evens up the count at 1s. Xavier now the runner 60 feet away from making it a 14-5 lead. Pumas still have no outs. 1-1 the count. Fouls it back into the backstop. She's able to get ahead in the count, 1-2 now. Here comes the 1-2 from Spencer. High in the zone for ball number 2. Now it's going to be low and in the dirt. Ball 3. It'll make the count full, 3-2. Full count from Spencer, no outs. Runner on 3rd for Xavier. High fastball, going to be outside the zone, and she's going to walk. Put runners on the corner with no outs.
Number 9, Macy Lee.
Number 9, Macy Lee, the catcher, coming up now for Xavier. Fouled over and behind the fence. Over there on the right side, Cheyenne Becker made a run at it, but it's going to be just too far behind the fence to try to make a grab at it. Runners on the corners, no outs. We're in the top of the 7th. Xavier has dominated this game at the plate from the top of the 1st when they scored 6 on 2 home runs and a couple of big hits. There's a hit, center field, catch is made, she'll tag up and go home. And the other runner will stay at first for Xavier, so the Pumas are gonna give Xavier one more run. It'll go back to a 9-run deficit.
Number 2, Riley Flynn.
With 1 out, Flynn's going to dig in at the plate and have a grounder right over to Kylie Huff. She'll make the throw, not gonna be in time. Flynn's gonna be safe at first. Kylie Huff tries to make the catch. It was like a really low line drive over there towards 3rd. Kylie can't make the catch, tries to throw it, doesn't get it there in time, and that's gonna put 2 runners on for Xavier with only 1 out. Chance for Xavier to do a little more damage.
Now batting the right fielder, number 11, Cameron Martin.
On the ground, you gotta get here. Check your angles. Here we go.
Going to be called strike one, making an 0-1 count with one out. Oh, 0-2, one out. One and two the count with one out. Here it comes from Spencer. She'll get her sign from Coach Hehe. Step on. Here it comes. Ripped over. Kylie Huff. Double play, and the Pumas are going to get out of it. We'll head to the top of the seventh. Pumas need 9 to tie it up. We'll see what they come out with, see if they can bring the bat swinging in the bottom of the seventh. You're watching Perry Girls Softball here on Perry Live 365. Kylie Huff going to get ready to start it up here for the Pumas. Bottom of the seventh, this is their last chance. Pumas need 9 to tie it up. And that all starts with Kylie Huff. Big 3-run homer is what the Pumas started with. And there's another one deep out over the center field fence. Center fielder's not even moving. That one is out of here and gone. Huge hit from Kylie Huff. Solo shot here to start the bottom of the seventh. Pumas wish they had a few runners on for that one. Huge hit, it was high, it was deep, and it is gone. Pumas now trail 14-6. Back to an 8-run game.
And your base runners, come on, here you go. Now batting the second baseman, number 6, Sammy Gorja.
Sammy Gorja now coming up to the plate for the Pumas. Takes it high for ball 1. Want to know. There's a hit into right center, into center. The catch is made on the line drive. Ball hung up there long enough for the center fielder to make a run and make the catch. That's going to be out number 1 here in the 7th.
Number 14, Kaylee Cates.
Here comes Kaylee Cates, 1 out. Here in the bottom of the 7th. She's going to take strike 1 looking. Be called low for ball 1 and make the count even at 1-1 with 1 out. be popped up. Foul over to the left side, and it's going to drop in just on the left fielder. Dive might have gotten her there, might not have. She's going to let it drop in. Foul, make the count 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Rolls down the left side. They're going to call it foul. One and 2 with 1 out. Cates will dig back in at home. High for ball number 2. Evens the count up at 2s with 1 out now. That one's dribbled over to the third base. She was ready for it, makes the throw, and that's out number 2. Xavier 1 out away from getting this win here in Perry. Sienna Reed will come up, number 13, and she is Perry's last chance. Perry down 8, bottom of the 7th. Takes a check swing, low in the dirt for ball 1. Umpire points down and says she does not go. 1-0 with 2 outs to Reed. High for ball 2. Two 2-0 the count to Sienna Reed. She's going to swing. It's going to roll over to the first base side. Foul. 2-1 the count, 2 outs. Here comes to Reed. Hit over to short. She makes the grab, makes the throw. What a play. 1 and out. That's going to be out number 3 and gave Xavier a happy 1-hour bus ride home. Our final score from Perry High School, Perry Pumas 6. Xavier Gators come out fighting right away in the first inning. They score 14 and get today's win. Xavier advances to a 13-3 record. Perry Pumas drop to 15-6. Perry Pumas next game coming up this Thursday. They're going to be at Basha and then at home against Basha on Friday. 2 quick games for Perry this week. Our next Perry Puma broadcast will be this Friday at Salt River Fields. Like I said, Perry Pumas take on the Basha Bears in baseball. That's going to do it for us here at Perry High School. My director, Grant Woodford, my cameramen this afternoon, Hunter Thompson and Alex Martinez, and for me, Cooper Richter, we would like to say good night. Have a wonderful evening and rest of your week. We will see you Friday night when the Perry Pumas take on the Basha Bears. We'll see you then. Thank you for watching here on Perry Live 365.